This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. What's that the Condors used to say? Welcome to the after party? Heck yeah, this is it, baby. We've done it. It's done. It's over. It's finished. And the quest has come complete now as the Oilers, well, 50 games come and gone-ish. You know, who's counting at this point? Maybe if I refresh that, we'll get a more accurate count. Game number 53 this evening for the Edmonton Oilers as they face the Vancouver Canucks tonight at 8 p.m. 32 wins, 18 losses, 2 overtime losses. My friends, that is good enough for 66 points in the North Division. And guess what? By virtue of some stuff that happened today, an Ottawa win, the Edmonton Oilers will host Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs Round 1 at Rogers Place. Now, we've waited a long friggin' time for that, but let me tell you, we are ready for it come a little bit down the road this month. Heck yeah, boys. Oh my goodness. How good does it feel to be, well, clinched and then double clinched, knowing that we've got home ice advantage through at least the first round of the playoffs. Nothing guaranteed, but I'd say we have home ice advantage through the first 2 rounds if we make it that far, because you know Toronto ain't making it out of the first round this year. I know, Tyson, stop taking shots at Toronto. This is the year. No, baby. It ain't the year. All right, anyway, you know what? Winnipeg, Montreal, whoever it is in that 3-hole for us this season, I'm not going to worry too much about it because, my friends, we've got ourselves that home ice, and hey, you know what? Apparently that means a lot in the playoffs. Don't ask the Oilers in 05-06, but apparently it does, and we'll measure up as we go along later this month. What a crazy run it's been this season, and well, as you saw, it wiped me out for most of it. But we find ourselves in a pretty good spot right now. It looks good, and I mean, you know what? I opened my big fat mouth, so you know how that works from here on out. But as we get set for this game, you can honestly say the only thing that matters to any Edmonton Oilers player the rest of this season, the next 4 games, is getting Connor to 100 points. That's the last thing we have to play for. Trophies and accolades at this point. And then yes, once everything starts anew against Winnipeg in a week's time or whatever, yes, then we have another trophy to play for. And well, we'll worry about that game by game. Potentially 28 games to go once we're into the dance, right? Crazy. Absolutely crazy that it's already here, but it's also crazy that it's still light out. It's crazy that it's still raining out. And well, it's also crazy that it's May. It's friggin' May. That's insanity, guys. I mean, I've been grinding a 2021 season like no other. Not here on YouTube, not in the NHL world, not in the MLB world. I just mean grinding 2021. Every drop it's worth, but hey, you know what? It's led here. The Oilers have done what they've done. The Blue Jays are doing all right, and hey, you know what? End of the day, everything's relative to what's going on in the world. So sit back and enjoy a hockey game tonight and see what happens, but it really don't matter. It's Connor McDavid, like I said, the only thing that matters. And especially, actually, hold on, let me put it this way. There's a PSN card on the line in our fantasy hockey league that I could really use to buy some stubs on MLB The Show to open more packs because, you know, it just is the way it is. But I could really use that PSN card. But Connor McDavid and Tyson Barrie, Jesse Puljujärvi and company have to show up tonight and absolutely dominate tonight's hockey game. Connor McDavid gets to 100 points tonight. I pull off the comeback on Saturday in fantasy hockey, get the job done, and away we go with that PSN card. But problem is, we're not 100% sure we're going to get there because you just don't know what you're going to walk into, especially now, like I said, since I've opened up my big fat mouse. So here we go. Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. Ron McLean handing over to Gene Principe this evening at, well, Rogers Place. And we get set. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Die? Try it. Anyway. Yeah, we get set for this one. The Canucks. Oilers for what? Fourth game in a row now, is it? Or a third game in a row? Or some kind of a game in a row? It's been insane. Making up for lost time at this point. But here we go. Countdown for Connor. The race to 100. Of course, he got some stuff done there. That Draisaitl one-time wipeout shot. That was a beauty. And that left us 96 points. And it's always special when nobody else is close. The reality is nobody is even close to Connor. That's what makes this special. Who said that? The guy in the background. Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, heck yeah, he did. There you go. So there you go. You see things happening tonight. So many great players today, but if you're going to go for 100 and they're in the 70s, that's pretty remarkable. Heck yeah. We got the best hockey player in the planet in Connor McDavid. And I saw some tweets today saying how terrible of a job the NHL is doing marketing itself and marketing its star player. But you know what? Hey, we'll take it and we'll appreciate him for what he is. We don't need all those goofs appreciating him on the internet. We can do it here in our own living rooms every single day. All right. Let's get this going. Connor McDavid. Oh my goodness. Is there anything else in this pregame show other than Connor McDavid? Wow. Every little graphic's been Connor McDavid, Connor McDavid, Connor McDavid. Sportsnet knows what they got to advertise in this game. There's nothing left on the line for either of these two teams. Yeah, you could say Vancouver has a chance to make the playoffs, whatever. But realistically, it don't really matter at this point because it is just what it is. Ooh. Sorry. Nice hat. Nice hat. Anyway. Can we just get to the game? Can we just get to 100 points for Connor McDavid and get this job done? That'd be beauty if we could. That would be for sure, but I don't know if we're going to get there because frankly, I think Sportsnet's going to spend all evening talking about it, and hopefully then Connor delivers because you don't want to tee it up all on a Saturday night to make it real special and then Connor doesn't deliver. But, you know, there's one thing Connor likes to do is deliver a good performance when you talk about it. So let's see what he can do here as we go. And yes, actually, to make some clarification here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering what the big leg in returning was, since I got some time to kill and they're done talking about Connor McDavid, if you want to know what the big leg in returning was, it was basically killing off the monetization, the ads on my channel, everything to do with money on YouTube. I canceled that out. I got rid of that, and here we go. Now I'm free to do whatever the heck I want to do. So let freedom reign, and let's go for a good hockey game tonight. Let's get it going. Because, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to kick back and relax once in a while, do a video, right? You've seen me do a couple since that Calgary Flames won the other week, and it's just something, right? I have time in my life for it still, but I don't want to dedicate too much time to it anymore because many better things to dedicate time to, like maybe tomorrow if it's not raining, cutting the lawn. Yeah, that'd be a good idea, right? Also, making sure I'm keeping in touch with my friends, actively getting ready for ball season. That's one big change I've made in my life. I know everybody, when I did that video there saying I was done, you know what, there's a lot going on and I just need to take care of myself. One thing my mom's always been very vocal on, and I mean, it's Mother's Day tomorrow, so this one for her is, she's always said, nobody can change your life but you, right? That's something she's always preached to me. And after shutting down YouTube and stuff, the one big thing I decided to do is I need to be more active, need to be more physical and more fit during my days, take care of myself a little bit more physically wise, right? So I bought some weights. I've been doing push-ups for every Oilers goal you've seen. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen my little rants about having to do 20 push-ups because the Oilers scored 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of a hockey game. You've seen all that happen. So, no, I've been trying to take care of myself a lot more in the physical department, and it's paid off big time. Absolutely has paid off big time. I feel great. I feel most days like I can conquer the world. But the biggest part, simply, is just right making that change. I changed my life for the better, and it's worked out pretty good so far. Now the sun shines every weekday, and every weekend it rains, and it's kind of backwards, but it's all good. Works out well, I must say. So, if you guys think I've been watching every hockey game for the Oilers since I quit doing the stuff, no, I haven't. Simply said, the stuff out east, it just became something I couldn't even keep up with because I wasn't getting home till 6:30 some days. And secondary to that is, guys, another big change I decided to make was focus on work, take care of what I'm doing at work 8 hours a day, focus on making that the best, most productive 8 hours a day every single day. And that's been another great change as well. And I mean, work's demanding a lot of everybody at work recently because of the way things are working in the world. So you know what? It's worked out great. Yeah, sure, I've missed a lot of Oilers games, but how much can you really miss if you're following along on Twitter, if you're following everything? You still know what's going on. And of course, I'm still checking the stats as often as I can. And here we are to hopefully cap it off, get it done, and watch Connor hit 100 points in a 56-game season, right? We're here to do that tonight and hopefully get it done. Now, of course, they're probably going to play that pre-recorded Rob Clark anthem, aren't they? That would be very typical of an Oilers game. Tyson Dolynny live streams on YouTube, but that remains to be seen, I guess. We'll see what happens here, and looks like indeed they are. They never learn, do they? I mean, the biggest complaint of my year so far is seeing them have Rob Clark's pre-recorded anthem every single game of the season this year, it seems. I mean, what they have Brett Kissel in there when he launched his new album for one day, stuff like that. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back, relax, kick back, enjoy a Saturday night, and let's get to watching Connor McDavid save my fantasy season while simultaneously hitting 100 points in a 56-game season. Whew. Let's go. So it looks like, if I read Twitter right, if I got the Instagram DMs correct this afternoon, well, my friends, Drimoto Hopkins is back together. That is correct. Mike Smith starts, Thatcher Demko in net for the Vancouver Canucks this evening. And my friends, let's see what we can get going tonight for the Oilers. This anthem seeming to draw out longer than it normally does. The Oilers in the slick, dark blue unis, the only one I don't have, comparatively, I guess you could say. But it's minor. It's minor. It's all good anyway. And we'll see what these Oilers can bring to the table this evening here on Hockey Night in Canada. Buckle up. Get ready, because it's going to be a good hockey game tonight. No matter what, there's something to fight for, right? There's that chase for Connor McDavid's 100 points. I think that's about the only thing we really care about, and I think that's the only thing we can really talk about tonight is just that. So Thatcher Demko, 13-16-1 record, 292 goals against average, and a .912 save percentage this season. My friends, that is quite something for him this year. His rookie season, more or less, I guess you could call it. And then Mike Smith going for that Vezina trophy. Let me tell you, he has looked phenomenal every game I've watched so far this season. Let me move my chair up just a little bit more so that I can get a better angle on the TV and not miss as much. I really don't know how I did this. Ooh, my TV stand used to be a bit bigger. The Oilers win the opening face-off, dump it in. Connor McDavid on the chase. Canucks gather behind their own net. Now a nifty play turned over there by Dominic Cahoon. The Canucks start back the other way as they regain possession now through the neutral zone. The Canucks in. Nate Schmidt goes in there. He's got it back at the point. Now he goes point to point. And the Canucks control on the far side. Down low. Now back to the point and turned over right there to Connor McDavid. And ooh, baby, look at that check going off. Dominic Cahoon. Yes, Puljujärvi. Puljujärvi across. Ooh, what the heck's going on here? What do we got going on? I am way far behind tonight, and I thought I was way in tune on the Amazon stick. Who knew, right? Ethan Bear up to Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid snaps the shot, and he scores. Ooh, baby, that was a slick little wrist shot to get the job done. 3 to go. Let me tell ya. Wow. Wow. That is a way to start a hockey game tonight. Let's go. Connor McDavid starts her off right. First shot of the game, more or less. I don't know if you call that Puljujärvi chance to shot. Yes, it was actually off the pad. I thought it was off the side of the net. My bad. But look at that. Clutch up. Connor follows the play. Ethan Bear gets it back to him, and then Connor just comes in, snaps the wrist shot, and Demko, yeah, by the time he had made the position save, he was beat. So, yes, sirree. Let's go get 3 more points for Connor. The Connor countdown, the race to 100. Now at 97 for 97, 19-10 to go in the first period of hockey. Ethan Bear, he's going to get going into that corner there behind the net. Canucks come up with it off the boards. Bo Horvat pushes it out front. That's going to be moved in front now by Highmore to the point. Canucks bobble it at the line. Nugent Hopkins, forecheck pressure. You like to see that out of his hockey game, forcing the Canucks back below their own goal line momentarily, as this one's going to bobble Biscuit down the ice, and that will be an icing call against the Vancouver Canucks. Hell yeah, let's get it going. That's what you want to see to start a hockey game tonight. Out to Connor McDavid, a wicked wrist shot, just snaps her back of the net. Look at that, right through a leg. Oh, never mind, off the leg of Alex Edler. Insult to injury. And it is going to be an incredible night tonight. Yes, if Connor can hit that 100 points. Bear, and oh, don't forget about that guy that's had a pretty good season himself. Darnell Nurse, elite defenseman Darnell Nurse, getting the job done. Second apple on that goal by Connor McDavid. 18:24 to go in the first period. Caleb Jones regroups behind his own net. Now ahead to Leon Draisaitl, who dipsy doodles, passes it off a guy back to himself. Bear now up the boards to Yamamoto. Yamamoto's going to punch it ahead. Glove pass to Devon Shore on rushing. He's going to find Draisaitl half wall back to the point. No, it's tied up a second. Back to the point now. Adam Larson across to William Legason, who chips it down low. Devon Shore given chase, but Jack Rathbone able to move the puck there, and it'll be flipped out into neutral territory. This one turned over by the Oilers, skirted off the stick of Mike Smith briefly, and back out of the Oilers zone, carried there by Josh Archibald, who will work it there to Jujhar Khaira. He'll play it off the boards. Backhand off of William Legason on Thatcher Demko. A weird play, just kind of bobbled to the defenseman, jumping up in the rush, and it almost worked out for the Oilers, as now the Canucks regroup in front of Demko as they'll work it out of their own zone. Rathbone fires it in off the back glass and actually goes up and out of play. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Connor McDavid gets the start going for the Oilers this evening. And yeah, the countdown includes 3 more points. So yeah, you mathematically do it. You got to get what? Let's do 4 divided by 3. 1.33 points per period. That's not too bad. And apparently there's new error codes on YouTube as well, by the way, just to let you know. So that's just the way she goes. Here we go. Ryan McLeod in on net. What a stop by Thatcher Demko. What a move by Ryan McLeod. What a pass by James Neal. And you know what? That's actually something I don't mind, is seeing Neal and Chiasson go to work with Ryan McLeod. That's the way you want to raise your youngsters, right? Alex Chiasson's been a very important veteran player to the Oilers over the past 2-3 years. And of course, now you've got the fact of James Neal being a very important veteran in the room as well. So to have him playing alongside Ryan McLeod, you're at least doing it properly, where the Oilers failed for years to have good, actual veterans who had been there, done that in multiple seasons, right? Think about James Neal. 2 Stanley Cup Finals appearances. Think about Alex Chiasson, a Stanley Cup with the Washington Capitals. That's the kind of talent you want riding shotgun with Ryan McLeod in his rookie debut, or I know it's not his rookie debut anymore, but it's rookie season, to go into the playoffs, in which he will more than likely be an important piece of your team in the playoffs, right? We haven't seen Gaetan Haas down the stretch. I know that's been part of the plan, but as well as you got to count on here the fact that you can't just sit here and deny that Ryan McLeod hasn't earned that spot on the third line center role based on what he's done so far for us. This one's going to be played down. Demko out of his net. Connor does the flyby. This shot comes in from Puljujarvi on the wing. Now Connor's got it, turns it over to Cahoon. Cahoon back to the point. Cahoon's going to walk in off the wall to himself, kind of sort of. Hamnick comes up with it. Puljujarvi bumps in there. McDavid to the point. This one shot tipped by Cahoon off the point shot of Ethan Bear. My goodness, this Oilers team jumping all over the Canucks so far. You like to see it. There's another play by Cahoon to Puljujarvi. Poke checked off his stick by Quinn Hughes. And now Connor McDavid back to the point. Shot. Ethan Bear flubs it. Now into the corner. Cahoon. Man, all right. I like it. I like it. 22, 2 and 1 when scoring first. And here's Connor. He's going to move in. Nothing happening there. There's a little bit too much moving going on. And my friends, 14:58 to go in this period. Shot save, Mike Smith. You like to see it here. This has been a good little game so far for the Oilers. Getting the early shots, getting the early goal from Connor McDavid. You like to see that as well. And now we find ourselves going up the ice here trying to make a play, but it's not going to happen. Canucks back the other way. Edler chips it in, and you've got Mike Smith out of his net playing the puck, which, how many mistakes has he made playing the puck this season? Not as many as you might think. And when you start talking about Mike Smith, if you're talking to a Calgary Flames fan, 14:22 to go in the first period here. So we find this one chipped ahead off the glass. The Drymoto Hopkins line out there now. This one a chip to nobody until Pearson skates into it around. And what a shot there by Leon Draisaitl on Tanner Pearson. My goodness, come out with a vengeance there. Draisaitl still talking to Pearson there. And this one's going to be worked up by Yamamoto, who could really use a goal in tonight's game. Let me tell you, Yamamoto on the power play from Connor McDavid. Let me have it. And now this one moved there by Adam Larson, who apparently now there's extension talks happening with him on possibly a 4-year extension, depending what that looks like. Who knows? But here's Josh Archibald. He's going to rip a shot. Rebound comes in. Demko, the save, a scramble. It's free. And the play is whistled dead, my friends. Yeah, I can get into this kind of hockey game. I think I can. If I'm going to tell you anything, I think I can. Because that is fantastic to see the Oilers coming out and buzzing around for Connor McDavid's 100-point game. Hopefully. We want to see it tonight. Hopefully. So, let me tell you, YouTube looks a little bit different when you don't have monetization on. Let me tell you that much. That's a whole different situation. Let's see the stream health here. It's going to show me he is not receiving enough. Okay, do we need to bump up the kilobits per second here a little bit? Am I lagging out? Let me know, but I'll adjust on the fly here, see if we can't get something going for you. Output, oh yeah, we're only at 1025. Let's go up to 1075 kilobits and see what that does for you there. Let's get this going. The Oilers rolling, and no. Robert, appreciate it, but no. All right, let's get this going. The Oilers rocking and rolling. Yeah. Robert, it's all good. I'll consider it over. All right, 17 people to go. What the? What am I even? Get distracted by the phone and away I go, eh? Just the way it is. But here we are. Connor McDavid, 1 point on the night already. Hoping for a better situation tonight than the other night, the 6-3 loss against the Canucks. But we're hoping it works out for the Oilers tonight and we get Connor that 100 points. Home ice is clinched. That's the thing. The Oilers have already clinched home ice in the playoffs, so we don't have to worry about much, if at all anything. But there you go. We're talking about Connor McDavid, 82 games to reach 100 points in 16-17. Just a kid back then. And then the year later, look at that. That play to Nugent Hopkins in 17-18, 77 games to reach 100. And then, don't forget 18-19, that one against Corey Schneider of the Devils, 66 games to reach 100 in 18-19. And then, well, 19-20, it was what it was. But now, you know what? Chance to do it for another time in his career. And we're going to see what we can get going as the Oilers. They're going to win the face-off, throw it down deep. Puljujarvi in on the chase. So is Dominic Cahoon. Puljujarvi comes up with it. Bobbles out of the zone. Darnell Nurse on the puck. He's going to play it ahead. This one there to Dominic Cahoon, who cuts back to the point. He's going to tee up Tyson Bear. The shot blocked by 2 or 3 Canucks before it gets through onto a Canucks stick. 13-14 to go in the first period of play. And the Canucks fire this one ahead. Tipped in. Mike Smith is going to find it. He's going to roll it across, and that's going to load up Connor McDavid. Oh my, he's got the skating legs tonight. This shot on or deflected on Thatcher Demko. 12:58 to go. Where's that scoreboard? Where's that scoreboard? Might wanna get that out for you guys. I haven't done that in a while now, have I? So let's see if we can't figure this one out. It's been a while, but I'm not that out of shape. I don't think I am anyway. Let's see if we can get this going. Bang and okay, and let's bang. Good and dusted. Look at that. 1-0. Oilers over the Canucks. Yes, that's that Connor McDavid goal. Let me tell you. Here we go. 12:50 to go. Ryan McLeod on the ice now. Caleb Jones, shot fired. Nothing happening there. Chase on, rebound, scrambles it. And Ryan McLeod comes up with it at the point. Kept it in briefly. And is it going to stay in longer? It is. It is. That's a nice move there by Chase on to battle that. Caleb Jones on the near side half wall. He's going to play it into the slot. Now to Neal, back to Bear. Bear down to Neal, near side. He's going to go to Caleb Jones, who plays it in front to Alex Chiasson, who's kept 2 pucks alive this shift. He's not going to do it there. And now Ryan McLeod retreats, playing defense here until Ethan Bear gets back into the action. He's looking for that pass. He's going to peel off for a change now. And the upstart rookie's looking good so far as Caleb Jones and Ethan Bear worked it in for Mr. Kyler Yamamoto, who now has Leon Draisaitl coming in support. Nugent Hopkins has it along the wall, turns it over to Brock Besser, who, if you need somebody to cheer against tonight, please be Brock Besser, as I cannot afford to have Brock Besser score any goals tonight, as that would be the end of my fantasy season. And what a save there by Mike Smith to keep this game scoreless, as that one got all kinds of away from him. But we end up not having any pains from it. That one works out just fine, so we'll take it. And we will hopefully maintain this 1-0 lead, as that was the gaff. See, I talked about how many gaffes have Mike Smith made this season, and then he makes that one there. And that one just a weird puck that bobbles onto him. And then Brock Besser pokes it free. And it could have been all kinds of trouble. Mike Smith stopped 57 of 59 shots his last 2 starts. And oh, by the way, he made some stops in relief of Mikko Koskinen in a game that kind of got tight towards the end, quite honestly. If you're an Oilers fan watching that 6-3 loss, you weren't watching a 6-3 loss. It felt like you were watching a 1-goal game the entire way through, even despite being down 4-0, especially late in that first period. Here we go. Leon Draisaitl moving it in. He's battling all kinds of fight level there out of him. And now William Lagesson battles it off. He gets it down to Yamamoto, who plays it and has it poke checked off his stick. And this one's going to come free. Nuge is going to try and poke it. He's not going to get it done. 11:13 to go in the first period of play. This one tipped up and in to the Canucks bench. JT Miller just going off the ice. Had that one come flying at him. A little bit of a scary play when that puck goes into the bench, but that's all right. You know what? It worked out, and we are good to go. As my guess is McDavid accidentally double parked, left the iron. There we go. Okay. Low Tide with a great comical tweet about what McDavid's trying to do tonight as quick as possible to hit 100 points this evening. The 4th line out there now, Jujhar Khaira and the boys banging in the offensive zone as they get it going. Josh Archibald incapable of keeping it in, and now the Canucks back the other way. They're dancing in. Now it's moved to Rathbone, but what a back check there by Devon Shore. This one shot on the net. Saved by Mike Smith. All kinds of sticks going flying by the looks of it here as the Oilers come up with that puck, get it out of their zone. 10:29 to go in the first period. This one flubbed by the Canucks defense. Jack Rathbone couldn't get it out of his own zone on an easy breakout pass. He's going to do it now as JT Miller flying down the wing. He's into the Oilers zone. He's going to beat Ethan Bear wide, who's lost his stick. Like I said, all kinds of sticks flying early here. This shot right on, but it misses. And this one's going to be played there by Connor McDavid. It's going to be moved out of... Ooh, no, nifty keep in. Nifty keep in there at the blue line by the Canucks. They're going to fire a shot. Blocked in front, and my goodness. This sure isn't as easy to call as it was earlier in the season, let me tell you. Earlier in the season, everybody was moving on a snail's pace out there. And, well, now, you know what? Everybody's got the legs pumping. Even the Canucks, who everybody says, oh, they're tired. We should feel sorry for them. Oh, my. They really need a break. They are beat up, whatever. They're moving with some pace out there tonight, too. They know what this game means. They've got a chance to play spoiler and ruin Connor's big moment this evening. So why wouldn't they want to do it, right? It makes sense. So that's what we're seeing tonight out of the two teams, is stuff going on. And, wow. Wow, Sam Bennett has the most points by any Florida Panthers player in team history in 10 games with the team. Goal and an assist tonight. He passes Pavel Bure. You want the worst possible scenario here? Worst possible scenario. The Oilers meet the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Final, and Sam Bennett scores the overtime winner to eliminate the Oilers in the Cup Final. Let me tell you, somebody coming back to haunt you later in the year, that would be Sam Bennett, that's for sure. As of course, I would end up eating the words on that one for sure. And yeah, it's something that would be for sure. So we'll find out what's going on here towards the playoffs, but we just got to get there first. You know what? There's still a lot of days to go before the playoffs. That's the crazy part about it, is, you know what? Every week seems to fly on by. Tomorrow night's Sunday night already. I gotta do my weekly check-in phone call, make sure all's good. But it's incredible that weeks fly by, yet the playoffs still aren't here. But the Oilers have done what they've done this season, all in the meanwhile of life carrying on. Crazy, absolutely crazy. As the Oilers coming out firing shots tonight, trying to win this hockey game as soon as possible. Another stick on the ice. My goodness, that's 3 in the last 2 minutes as the linesman picks it up, clears it off, and here comes Jesse Puljujarvi. He's got Dmitry Kulikov with him. Kulikov cuts back, or Cahoon, pardon me. Cahoon, who's had a pretty good little end of the year, getting some more big-time playing time with Connor McDavid. I mean, anytime you're riding shotgun with Connor, you should be able to do something, but normally guys we send in there don't do things, so that's what's been special about Cahoon up there, is he's contributed some nice plays and really enabled Connor to be a good player. There's a shot save made by Demko. Connor thought he had Tyson Barrie for his second point of the night and his third off the board. And let's get it going down in here. 9:10 to go. First period as the Canucks find it behind their own net. Quinn Hughes, he's going to circle back, go around the net and find himself over there to Alex Edler, who chips it ahead off the stick. And the Canucks turned back by Mike Smith. We'll see what we can get going. 8:49 to go. As this one down the ice again. Mike Smith again on the dump in. Plays her around. The Oilers chip it out. There's Chiasson with McLeod chasing right behind him. McLeod passes up to Neal. I'd love to see McLeod fire that sharp angle shot at the pads. Honestly, that's one thing I'd love to see McLeod do more of, is just fire that sharp angle shot at the pads and allow the two guys that are glorious rebound goal scorers in Chiasson and Neal score a goal. But now we've taken a penalty, and the Oilers going to find themselves shorthanded here as the Canucks waiting for reinforcements to get on the ice. Jace Howerlook, he's on there. Now you've got Alex Edler. He's out there ready to dance around with that A on his chest. And now, here you go, Nate Schmidt. That was a terrible play. Absolutely garbage. They waste all that time getting guys ready, and they can't get it going. But here we go, 2 minutes to go on a Canucks power play as Alex Jason takes a holding call or interference call, or not sure what that one was. I'm not playing with TV sound on. Holding, okay, yeah, it was holding. That makes sense. And there we go. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we go. We can hear now. All right. We're good to go. Now I can hear the TV. We're flying. We're rolling. Darnell Nurse going to get it going here. And we're going to see what we can get done in this penalty kill. The Oilers started with Josh Archibald chasing Quinn Hughes out of his own zone. If Quinn Hughes is going to score tonight, let it be on the power play. I need those points. As here's Quinn Hughes at the point now. He's going to get a shot over, fired off, and that one up and out of play. 7:34 to go in the first period. And the Oilers, well, 10-3 in the shot department over top of the Vancouver Canucks. You like to see that, as opposed to the Canucks having 4 shots and it being 4-0. Well, look at that. Mike Smith in position, just rolling the old-time style save, but can't come up with it. And it is what it is. Here we go. This one played back. Darnell Nurse, he's going to battle a man on the corner. The Canucks, JT Miller works it into the corner for Tanner Pearson. Now Brock Besser, half wall near side, meets it there, back to the blue line. Quinn Hughes? Yeah, Quinn Hughes. This one's going to be played to Quinn Hughes again. He's going to look to tee it up, and now he's going to fire the shot. And I don't know what happened there, but it went into the corner. And we need not worry, because that means it didn't go in the back of the net. And here it is, out of the zone and down the ice. Best tender since Cujo? No, the Oilers had Rolison. You can't forget about Dwayne Rolison, all right? You want to talk about a reason why I'm an Oilers fan? Dwayne Rolison. Anyway, 6:49 to go. And this one's going to be flipped down the ice by the Oilers. 44 seconds to go in the power play. And I mean, honestly, right, is you'd want to play Connor every single minute of every night tonight, but knowing that he's been pacing 100 points in 56 games, the fact is, all you have to do is let him play his regular 19 minutes a night, and he's going to get there no matter what. He's not being held pointless the rest of the season. Yeah, I think we play Montreal twice more, but I'm not at all worried about it. Tyler Myers fires this one down. Nate Schmidt on the power play now. 13 seconds to go. The Canucks come up empty on the power play unless they are able to manage something here, but it's not even going to be a shot on net by Nate Schmidt. And now the Canucks power play comes to an end. 5:58 to go in the first period to play. The shot fired. William Lagesson, he's going to fire it down the ice. This one played across. And now Adam Larson will play it there. And Connor McDavid hits the ice. You knew it was coming. Here we go. Draisaitl loading up. The Oilers getting on the attack. And they're going to allow that to be played by Demko. McDavid cuts it off. 2 Canucks facing McDavid. Of course, Puljujarvi can't come up with it. And there we go. As Tyson Barrie meets it behind his own net. 5:21 to go in the first period. This one played ahead. Connor McDavid trying to get it to Leon Draisaitl for the tip play, but it's not going to work through the neutral zone. Canucks turn back in their own zone. McDavid chasing this one. Barrie bites it off the hand or the face. And now this one played there off the skates of Draisaitl, who just has a lazy shift. Quite honestly, that was a very lazy shift out of Leon Draisaitl, but you know what? We're not going to complain too much. Don't do too much that you're getting hurt. I guess that's the key here late in the season with home ice clinched in the playoffs. Ryan McLeod out there cuts him off. Now Darnell Nurse up to James Neal. James Neal looking for somebody to pass to. Neal doesn't even know where that puck is, quite frankly. So the pass never came as Ethan Bear meets it along the wall. He's going to play it down. It's going to be played across. And now Ryan McLeod meets it there. It's back to the blue line. Bear across. And now Caleb Jones fires the shot up and out of play. And once again, that one's gone. So is what it is. But my friends, craziness is Connor McDavid already has a point tonight, and you'll like to see that. That is for sure to start things off. And now we see what Mr. Josh is doing in the fantasy team thing, as it looks like, well, hopefully Cam Talbot gets scored on again by Anaheim, but Jack Campbell gets 11.5 points. He's got 13.5 points. And would you look at that? The gap is 10, my friends. The gap is 10. as I sat Yanni Gord for 11.5 points. That's moronic. And I sat, of course, UC Saros. I'd be leading right now. Oh no, I just cost myself the entire game. Mark Scheifele, 14.5 points. And yes, there is a chance I clutch this. 356, 366. The spread in tonight's scoring. And it looks like, what do we got? Where are we at? He's got left to play. He's got Brock Besser in this hockey game, Justin Falk in the St. Louis game, and then he's got Thomas Hertl. That's crazy. Meanwhile, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys left playing. Oh, and I guess Mike Smith too, if he can get a shutout. Crazy. Absolute insanity, but it needs to happen, that is for sure. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I need Smith to come up with the shutout. The shutout is all important in tonight's action because it'll allow me to get it going. Sit back, relax. We got a period to finish off. Jim Weld. Okay, one of the big broadcasters in the NHL retiring today. Interesting. Interesting. And here we go. Let's get it going. The Drymoto Hopkins line out there with 4:24 to go in this first period. The shot blocked there, now played by Bo Horvat, who's rushing up the ice, and now it's going to be played. What a save by Mike Smith to keep this one scoreless for the Vancouver Canucks right out of the gate. Tested after I make some smart comments, hey? And then Mike Smith another save. And that's the other thing. If he's going to give up goals tonight, saves, saves, saves. You want Mike Smith to make as many saves as possible tonight. Let me tell you that for sure, because I need as many points as possible to as many points against as possible, or we're going to have some trouble tonight. So let's see what else is going on here. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. All right. As the Oilers get it going, William Lagesson on a Saturday night, moving it to Adam Larson. 3:55 to go in this first period now on my clock anyway, by that watch. 3:50 on there. As the Oilers will chip it to the blue line, and it'll be Josh Archibald pushing that one out of the zone as Adam Larson goes in for a punishing hit, but the man turns his back last second, so you don't want to crush him there, or you're taking probably a 5-game suspension at this point of the season, and you don't want to do that going into the playoffs either. Suspensions, injuries, and any other questionable stuff. Last thing we need happening right now, if you're the Edmonton Oilers, is this one just kind of slowing down, grinding out here now after the Oilers got that 1-0 lead less than a minute into the period. 3:14 to go. That's a high stick by Mike Smith. How often do you see the goaltender play it with a high stick? That's Mike Smith for you, baby. That's Mike Smith for you. 3:08 to go. And we got, what do we got? CBC Gem. That's how I watched the full season of Heartland this year. Yeah, that's how I watched the full season of Heartland. Good time, let me tell you. I quite enjoy myself some Alberta TV. Heartland, good show. If you got some time, spend the next few months watching that. 3:07 to go in this first period. Shot fired, blocked in front there by Connor McDavid, who's going to look for point number 2 of the period on this shift. Darnell Nurse getting it going. 6 goals by 6 different players did the Canucks have last night, or the other night, Thursday night. As here we go. The Oilers work it ahead. Connor McDavid into the Canucks zone. Danger happening now. Tyson Barrie loads up. Shot fired. Saved by Demko, unfortunately. This one's going to be played off a body and out of play. And, well, it's an icing there. And it is what it is. So, did I check out Yellowstone? I'm waiting for Father's Day. I think that's I think that's everybody's line right now is I can't wait for Father's Day. That's going to be a good time. And I hope they don't do the single episode release every week because I think that would kill me, quite honestly. I could cry in that show all day. 2:33 to go in this first period of play. As the Canucks and Oilers grinding it out here in this first period after that Connor McDavid goal. Pearson fires it down into the Oilers zone. Matthew Highmore, 1 assist and 15 minutes of ice time the other night. And look at that nifty play there. And there's a shot saved by Demko. We're over top of the net. Not really sure. Looked like it caught a piece of him. 2:11 to go. And here we go is this one. Played ahead. Now James Neal moving his feet. Alex Chiasson taking it off him. Connor McDavid double shifting in this fourth line role. Ryan McLeod getting a break. And this one's going to be played ahead. There's Connor. Bobbled all kinds of ways. And now James Neal. He's had a tough night fighting the puck all night. And Alex Chiasson back. He's going to chase it into the corner. He's going to give it back to Connor, who's going to walk through. Caleb Jones down to James Neal. James Neal across. This one's going to go there. That one's back. And 1:36 to go in this first period. Not much happening as this one's going to flip in. And Mike Smith's going to play it behind the net. Ethan Bear there. He's going to look to find an option. Now with, I bet you Draisaitl on the ice, right? This is Draisaitl, Yamamoto, and Hopkins. That's a nice shot by Draisaitl. There we go. That's what I was asking McLeod to do. Draisaitl, sharp angle off the pad shot, gets it done. And let's see what the Oilers can manage to do here as Nugent Hopkins gets it going. 1 minute left on the clock as this second line of the Oilers, oh boy, it's getting feisty again out there. And Draisaitl back to the point, now across. Shot, fired, blocked in front, 50 seconds to go. The Canucks back the other way. Hoglander, he's got it. Hoglander, however you say it. You'd think after watching this team for a season I'd know how to say it, but I feel like I come up with something different in my brain every time. Grinding it along the end of the boards here. My friends, that is pretty much looking like it's going to do it for this period. Hoglander, who's had 4 points in the last 3 games. He's had like a solid little run. And this is it. This is all 22 seconds to go. The clock briefly stopped. 18 seconds. We're going to have one last icing call against the Oilers. And then this first period is going to be the end of things here. Is this one. Connor McDavid stick down last second, or he would have been able to do it. And there you go. Minnesota Wild all shake Ryan Miller's hand after his final NHL game. Big hug from former teammate Marcus Foligno. There it is. Ryan Miller done with his career. 14 seconds to go. This one flipped out down the ice by the Oilers. Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, they go for a change. Actually, they stay out there. Never mind. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a blast this evening. Can't believe I'm still able to do a full period. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to kick back, relax. I got some other playoff games I got to watch. My boys that I play games with there in the playoffs in the West Coast NHL League on 6s on PlayStation. So I'm going to go watch how that turns out, and I'm going to catch you sometime. Hey, what do you say? Why don't we do this in the playoffs? I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I am up on out of here.